So you've decided you're heading to the boat show. That's awesome! How do you make the most out of your experience? Hi, I'm Nico Waters, and welcome to the Boat Galley Podcast. Whether you're going to the boat show with an agenda or not, I've got a few tips that might help you make the most out of your experience. Today's episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by Sailrite, the one-stop shop for all your DIY canvas and upholstery projects. From heavy-duty portable sewing machines to fabric, foam, and everything in between, Sailrite's outstanding customer support and free how-to videos empower you to sew for your boat, your home, and more. Visit sailrite.com to get started on your DIY journey. That's SAILRITE.com. Going to a boat show, in my opinion, is a really fun way to spend some time, but there are some tricks to making it be an even better experience. Let's say you're going just because you're looking for some entertainment. You don't have any particular thing that you're looking for. You aren't boat shopping specifically. You don't have a boat that you're shopping for parts for, but you're just going as a way to kill some time. My suggestion to you, and my tip on this one, is your attitude is going to make a huge difference. If you go looking for bad, if you go thinking that everything's going to be terrible and overpriced and plastic, that's what you're going to find. But if you go with an expectation of finding cool, interesting, innovative ideas that you might be able to put into practice, whether it's in a house or on a boat that you might someday buy, then that's what you're going to find. I know the last time I went to a spring show and I was able to get on a whole lot of sailboats, I decided that I was going to find something that I really liked on every single boat. And I did. I managed to do that, and I came home with all kinds of great ideas, some of which we've incorporated into Calypso. But maybe if you're listening to this podcast, you're going to a boat show because you have a specific something in mind. Either you're going because you know you want to buy a boat and you're going to check a whole bunch out, or you're looking for a very specific boat, or you're looking for items for your boat that you already have. There are some tips to make this go more smoothly, more effectively, more efficiently, whatever the word is that you want to look for. But I have 6 ideas for you and 6 things to think about that might help make a boat show experience be even better than just the fact that you're at a boat show. First thing is to have some sense of the show. Download the show map. Look at what the vendors are and where they're going to be. If you have specific things that you're looking for, find out where those targets are located and where they are in relation to each other. Even if you've gone to the same show in years past and you think you know where the vendors are, they might have moved. And doing a little bit of sleuthing ahead of time can help ease your frustrations, particularly if you're going to a show that's large and spans a number of different tents or even a number of different physical locations. My understanding of the Fort Lauderdale and Miami boat shows is that they're very much that way. It's over blocks of space. And if you know where the things are that you're looking for ahead of time, it can help you make the most of your time. Another thing is to be aware of your own comforts. Check the weather ahead of time. Take water and snacks, sunscreen, wear comfortable shoes that slip off easily if you're planning on stepping aboard boats, because a lot of brokers don't allow shoes on board. And so if you have to stop and untie sneakers or take off something that's really hard to get off and put back on, that can be really challenging. So just be aware of the things that you need to make that show go better for you. Another thing is to price check gear ahead of time. Boat shows are known for offering great deals, and sometimes that's true. But if you don't know what the regular price is from somewhere else, if you don't have the spots that you already know are the best places for you to get gear online, or even if you are in an area where you have a lot of good boat gear stores, come to the show armed with specific model numbers and prices. And that can either be on your phone or on a piece of paper, depending on how well you work or what way you work better. And it might save you time and money. Sometimes you go and what sounds like a good deal because they say, oh, it's discounted, you realize that actually you can get the same item for actually less somewhere else. So price check your gear before you go. Along with the same kind of idea is to plan your purchases. And this goes with price checking, but also having a sense of the show. Think about where you have to go and what else is on your buy list. Because sometimes you see things at a show that you weren't really expecting to buy. And if you know that you have 6 large items that you need to buy down the line, you might want to think about whether you actually want to buy that stand-up paddleboard and walk around with it on your back in a backpack the whole show. Sometimes you come across something in the first tent and you buy it because you don't want it to disappear. It looks like that's the sort of thing that a lot of other people are going to want. You either have to carry it around all day or make a dash to your car or Airbnb to dump it off. Or, and this is a little stealth option, ask the vendor if you can keep that large item behind the table. If you bring a business card or a boat card, that makes it easier for them to affix that to the item, and so you know that what you bought is yours and they know that it's sold. Don't be afraid to ask the vendor if you can keep it behind the table, but definitely don't plan on leaving it there for 2 or 3 days. It's only fair if you're going to make sure you pick that up by the end of the day. But ask them about it. Sometimes they'll say yes. Be patient and flexible. This is a cruising mantra anyway, but bring your sense of humor and a great attitude. If you find yourself getting short-tempered or cranky, slow down. Take a break. Go find a spot in the shade or go inside if it's cold. Get a drink of water. People watch for a little bit. Have one of those snacks that you brought with you, or treat yourself to something in a restaurant and just watch some people and just relax. Don't have to do everything all at once. And finally, leave time to be surprised. Don't be so laser focused on what it is that you're there to buy that you miss out on all the other things that boat shows are fantastic for. Maybe you are talking to the owner of the boat that you're looking at, and because you took the time to engage, they actually ask you to go sailing after the boat show. Maybe you're talking to people at a booth and you realize that you're talking to the inventor of the piece of gear that you're admiring, and you get the backstory. Maybe you're standing in line to talk to the vendor and you talk to somebody else in line and you realize that you're both excited about going cruising in a certain area in the upcoming year. Sometimes not sticking specifically to a schedule and not only thinking about what is on the must-do list, it can open yourself up to all kinds of amazing possibilities. And as one of the things that I love about going to boat shows is the people you meet and the stories that you come away with. So there you have it. Some tips for boat show optimization. And if you're going to be at the Annapolis Boat Show next week, come find me. I'll be hanging around the Boat Galley booth a lot of the time, and I would love to meet you. Fair warning, though, I am a hugger. So I'm warning you that right now. Thank you so much for listening to the Boat Galley podcast. We will love it if you come up and say hi to us in Annapolis next week. And otherwise, I hope you have the most fantastic week.